Good evening, everybody. It is so wonderful to be back here at the Torch Center at Torch University. Last week, for those of you who don't know, was pretty inclement weather, and it was difficult for people to get here. So we did not end up having our regular group for the second half of the Torch University. But as you know, we do not, under any circumstances, cancel any classes. So Torah never stops. So tonight I want to just share a short little Dvar Torah with our friends online. So we talk about the end in this week's Parsha. One of the things that happened was that all of the garments of the Kohen were completed. All of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, was all of the different labors that were needed to be done. The crafting was all completed. Moshe enumerates all the donations that came in. And by the way, it took 2 days. You know that it took 2 days. They announced the day after Yom Kippur. Moshe comes down on Yom Kippur and says, "Vayomer Hashem shesalachti kadvarecha." God said He forgives us for our sin of the golden calf. And then the next day He tells them we're building a tabernacle. We're building a dwelling place for Hashem. So you have 2 days, and in 2 days, everything was donated. That's the quickest fundraiser ever. 2 days, everything for the temple, to the point where Moshe says, no more donations, no more, we have everything. Okay? Now, one of the garments that we talk about that the Kohen Gadol wore, you have the garments of the Kohen, the regular Kohen, the ordinary Kohen, and then you have for the Kohen Gadol, right, for the high priest. And what's interesting about the garment of the Kohen Gadol is he had this overall, which was almost like a robe that he wore, and it had something unique on it. It says it had pamon virimon. Pamon virimon. It had on the bottom of it little bells. It had little bells on the bottom of his garments. Now I don't know if anybody here has ever worn clothes like that, but it makes a lot of noise. It makes a lot of noise. Why did he have clothes like that? Why did the Kohen need to have a bell at the edge of his garments? Well, so that was one. If he died, so they'd know that they wouldn't hear him moving anymore. But right, they wouldn't hear the bells. But there's another reason. It's not to startle anyone. Here's the Kohen Gadol coming. They should be ready. So I want to share with you a thought from my father, may he live and be well, about a very, very important concept in education, in chinuch, education of our children. You know, some people think that in order to be successful in parenting, you have to control what your children do. Some people think you have to know every single thing that they do. Some people think you have to catch them in everything that they do. And here is an example where the Torah tells us it's not a good thing to catch them. Give them notice that you're coming. Don't surprise them. Don't catch your children doing anything. Leave an element of innocence. Because once you catch them, the damage is done. Now they're suddenly not holy. They're not special. You don't believe in them because you found them doing something they shouldn't be doing. The best thing is to ring that bell of your garments, right? Ring that bell. What is that bell? That bell is a notifier that I am coming, I'm on my way. Slip it under their pillow, whatever it is that they need to hide. Why? Because the point is not to catch them. The point is to preserve their holiness. The point is to preserve their innocence. The minute you catch them, you know what they do next time? They hide it better. There's no more conscience. If you don't catch them, there's still a conscience. We could talk about this in great lengths. I have several proofs for this idea. But the message we learned from the Kohen is that we don't try to catch our children, particularly our children. Don't try to catch them. Catch them red-handed, no.
Not just children.
So the idea is give people a chance, give your children a chance to find a way to innocence. Because once you catch them, their goal is not innocence anymore. Their goal is making sure you won't catch them next time. And that's, again, I think a very, very important lesson. Just a few weeks ago, I was in New York, and I spoke to a rabbi, a very prominent rabbi, who told me he gets a common question he gets a lot about parents. I caught my son doing this, I caught my daughter doing that, what do I do? And that he always tries to tell him, catching your child is not a great thing. Don't catch your child. That's your biggest problem. You're busy catching your child. And then I told him this idea. He says, I wish I would have known this idea from the Kohen Gadol's bells. I wish I would have known this. I could have given this an example for the parents. So, my friends, let's go do the right thing. Let's not catch people. Everyone is innocent. Everyone means to do well. If any of us have ever done, you guys are all righteous. It says that the Jewish people are all righteous. Right? All righteous. But for those of us, like myself, who perhaps have once done something wrong, right? You want to believe in yourself that you're better than that. You want to believe in yourself that you're better than that. Right? Right? Nobody wants to intentionally do something bad. You see someone doing something, you say, is that the right thing? No, you're right, I shouldn't be doing it, right? But when it's a parent, it's much more difficult. So, my dear friends, have a lovely evening. Thank you for joining us. Please come visit us here at the Torch Center, 24/7. We have coffee, we have espresso, we have high-speed Wi-Fi. And this coming Monday, March 10th, there's going to be a major Ascent, a women's program, with chef extraordinaire, Esty Wolbe. Anybody know Esty Wolbe is? Okay, so people, I'll tell you, my whole life, people have been telling me, you're coming over to me, Wolbe? Related to Rabbi Shlomo Wolbe? I'm like, yeah. Recently, over the past couple of years, he was a Wolbe related to Esty Wolbe? Right? I'm like, who's Esty Wolbe? I know it's my cousin, but like, she has this group on Facebook, which is, I don't cook, but I give out recipes. And she has a channel on kosher.com, I believe it is, which is, I think, Cooking with Tantrums. And she has a bunch of these different groups. And she's a big social media star. Look at that. Out of the Wolbe family, something came out, right? It's like, no rabbis, nothing like, we got it, right? So, either way, she's going to be here live in person. You'll be able to meet her. You'll be able to get her autograph if you want it, right? And she will do a cooking a demonstration and cocktails, different drinks to prepare yourselves for Purim. Also, on Wednesday night of Purim, meaning the night after the fast of Esther, which is Wednesday night. Thursday is Purim itself. So we'll read the Megillah. We're going to have the regular Partners in Torah program here, and with the Megillah reading here. And it's going to be for adults and for children. So you can have a lot of children here. It'll be a lot of good fun for everyone to hear the Megillah together. I want to have like 200 people here for Megillah reading. So please, make your plans. Be here Wednesday night. Tell Ira we need some noise. She'll bring some shotguns. Toy shotguns. All right, my friends, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. We're going to continue with our regular Talmud programming now.